Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at removing the white outline from this text and we're going to place it on the Christmas decoration. And thank you very much to the viewer who asked the question. So we're going to have a quick look at the layers palette here to see what it is that we've got, and we've got the text as a text object and just the image, and I downloaded that from depositphotos.com. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of the white from around this text, and that's basically what the person who asked me this question wanted to do, was to remove the white from around some text that she had. So let's just place it roughly where we are going to put it. And to get rid of the white is really simple. So we're going to Layers Palette. This is the text layer here. We want to drop out the white. So what we're going to do is go down to the FX icon that is at the bottom of the Layers Palette. We're going to Blending Options. Now this dialog can be frightening when you first see it, and in particular this bit down here even more so, but this is where the secret is, because what we've got is some white here that we want to get rid of, and this is the tool for doing that. And so we need to focus on whether the white's on the current layer or on the underlying layer, and obviously it's on the current layer. And this is the white end over here, so what we're going to do is we're just going to drag in. You can see that already the white has been dropped out, but we've got this sort of fuzzy edge to it. Well, this is where we solve that. You can see that there's actually a little bar in here. So we're going to hold down the Alt key on a PC, that's Option on a Mac, and that will split this. So once you've split it, you can just let go of the Alt key. And what you're going to do is walk this over to where the white is disappearing. And you can even bring this one over a little bit. And what this is we're saying to Photoshop, okay, we want to drop out the white, but we want to drop out all these white colors here in this sort of range, but in this area let's make them sort of semi-transparent, and then don't do anything in this area. So this just sort of allows you to get a smoother sort of result, so that you're going to see a more even edge. It's not going to be so pixelated. So you're going to work around there until you get it looking the way you want it to look. And in the layers panel you'll see that there's this thing here. Now it's really hard to see, and I sort of worry that Photoshop doesn't make it clear that there's actually something in this layer, but there is, because if we have a look really closely at this thumbnail, the white's still there. It's just that it's being blended out. So when we go to do things such as changing the color of the type, so say we wanted to make the type white, let's go and do a color overlay. So we're going to FX, we're going to color overlay. We want to do white, and this is the problem, is that the text is actually the white plus the blue, so it hasn't actually been baked into that layer, and we're going to have problems because even if we try to rasterize the layer, there's not an option for it. So there's nothing there that's going to help us except this. What we're going to do is we're going to add a blank layer to the document. We're going to move it underneath the text. So we're going to then merge this text layer with its effect into an empty layer underneath, and that's going to solve the problem. Right click, we'll do merge down, which is just going to merge these two layers together, and now the type doesn't have that edge on it. So when I go to color overlay, you'll see that I'm actually getting white text, and I could choose whatever color text that I want. Now if you want to bend this a little bit, extra tip here, we're going to edit. We've obviously got the text object selected. This is not actually text, it's actually just a pixelated object. So that was part of the problem, was getting rid of the outline. So we're going down to transform, and then we're going to warp. Up here in the warp, I'm going to choose arch. That's going to give me the sort of look that I want, just the wrong direction. So I'm going to arch. And then we have these options here, so we could take our bend down. At the moment it's 50. I'm going to take it all the way down. Let's just move it really quickly down. I'm using about -46, and there is our text onto our ball, and if we want to rotate it a little bit just to get it looking a bit more even, we can do so. So anytime you want to drop out something like the white color that we had around the text there, this is the option to use. But you could also have dropped out the blue color, so we could have actually just had the surrounding text and not the text itself. So quickly, let's have a look at that. So I've now got a duplicate of this image, and this time let's have a look and see how we would remove the blue. So I'm going to select the layers palette so that we can see the object we're working on, which is the text here. Again, we're going to the FX icon. Again, we're going to blending options, but this time we want to select blue. So I'm going to select blue because that's the color in here in the text. And I'm just going to drag from this end to drop the blue out. Again, we're going to hold the Alt or Option key to split this little slider. Once we've split it, it's fine. We can just go ahead and just move it across to even up the edges so that we don't get blue leaking into the white. So once you're happy with that, you can just click OK. If you want to change the color of it, for example, by creating a color overlay, then you will need to bake that effect into this layer because otherwise you're going to fill the middle up as well. Again, just add a brand new layer, place it underneath this sort of text thing or the place that we've used this blending mode, right click and choose merge down, and then we've got just the white text and nothing in the middle. The middle has been permanently dropped out, so if we went to create a color overlay we could do so. Let me just go and get my thing here and we could do a different color overlay. So there's the secret to dropping colors out of objects in Adobe Photoshop. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results, then you'll love my Skillshare content. I'm a Skillshare top teacher. I have hundreds of short courses on Skillshare that you can access along with thousands of other great courses, all for the price of a single subscription. If you're interested, there's a Skillshare coupon for you in the description below to use to sign up. Using this coupon benefits me as a creator, and it helps me continue to make free content available here for you also on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial. On the screen now you'll see a video that I've hand-picked for you. If you enjoyed the video you've just watched, I know that you're going to really enjoy the one I've picked for you to watch next.